everybody. We are going to be doing the ride review for Exorcist Believer. This time, I believe we are going to be doing our format just a little bit differently. We will be giving away spoilers. We're going to do spoilers and just absolutely free talk about the Exorcist Believer. So I'm glad you guys are on here. If you are ready to hear spoilers, or if you have already seen the movie, I have a lot of opinions about this movie. So again, we will be doing spoilers. It is going to be for Exorcist Believer. Sal, anything to add to that?
No, well, without changing the format, I'd love to see what it would be like to actually like have the conversation we would be having on the ride home about the movies instead of. So yeah, it's going to be a little more free range as to what we thought about certain, I don't know, scenes and themes and whatever. So, you want to start it, Evan?
Yeah. So, Exorcist Believer was, to me, the previews were a little bit scarier than what the movie was actually, all of it. I'm slightly disappointed in this movie, but it was like, I went in with low expectations already. Because the Exorcist, like the first Exorcist is intense, right? And, well, I guess when I was younger it was intense. The other day we saw it and I was kind of like, oh, okay. But this movie, Exorcist Believer, again, I'm giving spoilers. So log off now if you don't want to hear them.
Yeah, make sure you tell them every time somebody new logs on or anything.
Okay, yeah, I'm trying to keep it very... They try to hit on a multi-dimensional level, right? Of, so it's not just Catholics in this. Again, I'm giving away spoilers to Exorcist Believer. They try to make it multi-denominational. They're incorporating not only Catholicism, which are, I think, the only ones who do, like, actual exorcisms. And it is based on two girls syncing up with their demon that they get from messing around with shit, as usual. And so they mess around, they're missing, they don't know that they're missing, right? Like all of that's in the previews. And then all of a sudden, like, they're trying to get this demon out. There's a lot of, like, I guess they tried to do jump scares. They're like, okay, so do you guys remember? Well, in one of the Exorcists, they do like boo, right? And like you see Pazuzu, or you see some other like demon face thing or whatever. It's the same thing as like what's it called? Insidious. How they do the blah, like the jump scare shit. They tried doing it here, and it was very poorly executed. It was so awful. Like, like you're seeing like different like blurs and images pop into this other guy's mind. And then I guess what the Exorcist had done really well, to me what they had done really well is you build such a rapport with Regan, right? The girl who becomes possessed in the original Exorcist. And with this one, this is a huge spoiler. They get you attached to, so I saw that somebody went off and then like came back. Again, I'm giving big spoilers to Exorcist Believer. So sign off if you don't want to hear it. They get you very attached to the character you don't really need to get attached to. And this is working because people are like signing off. They get you attached to the opposite one, and then she ends up like surviving, which I kind of thought was just shitty. Like they should have built a rapport between you and the characters, like both of the characters, so you have this attachment to both of them. What do you have to say? I'm trying to get all of my words like together. There's so much different shit in this movie.
Well, and I've been mentioning this for some time now, and even some of our other horror movie reviews, that I think what worked with The Exorcist back then is that I think it was just a different time, and people were more scared of all the spiritual, religious stuff. I don't know how well that works now, and I've tried to ask as to what actually scares you, like in real life, like sometimes it seems like now more the realistic things scare us more than the spiritual stuff. So that would be more of an actual. I don't know how they could have incorporated that into that, because the whole purpose of the Exorcist thing is that it's a spiritual thing versus like a
serial killer.
Yeah, I guess so. And so, but I guess they could have added other elements, like between the parents and whatnot or whatever. But yeah, I've been saying it, that people don't react the same way to that whole supernatural stuff as they did in the 70s as you do now. And so I was wondering if they're gonna play it off, and I guess the multi-denominational thing was the best way to attack the situation, or like, I don't know, to portray it. And so
take a pause real quick. Hey guys, so I know that you guys just signed on. We're doing the ride review for The Exorcist Believer, but we're giving away big spoilers. So if you don't want to hear or have it spoiled, then maybe join in later.
Or you can watch it later after you
or
see
watch it later, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, we've been saying that I don't know what would scare people now, and so I guess that's the biggest thing with it, is that it didn't scare me the same way, and I was hoping the new way to target would be from something a little more modern, more of a modern kind of fright, but it didn't. And also the other thing is that David Gordon Green, this is the director that did all the new Halloweens, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends, and I think it worked for Halloween to an extent, whether you liked it or hated it or not. Like, I think it worked. I think Halloween's more of a, like, that type of blockbuster popcorn movie, and I don't think the original Exorcist was that blockbuster popcorn movie. It was, even we saw it again the other day, and even Linda Blair goes on to mention that she never thought of it as a horror movie. She always thought of it as like a drama with kind of like a very intense like twist or like peak or whatever, and so I wish they would have taken that approach, kind of like how, if any of you guys, I'm a big fan of Hereditary, and I don't know if any of you guys have seen that one, but that one felt more like a drama, and that one felt way more real as to like...
We're giving away spoilers to Exorcist Believer, just so you know. I know that you just signed on.
Yeah, we're trying to have the actual car conversation that we would both have, like as if we were like driving.
Like our actual car conversation that we have after the movies. So, in case you guys do not want to hear spoilers for Exorcist Believer, please come back and visit this one later so we can talk about it with y'all. But we are going to be giving away some spoilers.
Yeah, and so, like I was saying, with Hereditary, that one is definitely more of a drama, and then it kind of builds up to this crazy intensity, and to me it does seem more like of a modern day Exorcist, where it was more of that drama and then just really peaks or takes it to an extreme. And this one didn't. It wasn't the drama. It wasn't like, I think they could have been a little, I think there was okay character development, but not to that same extent. Like it still felt very Hollywood, where they have to show like certain things and whatever, I don't know, the way you shoot certain horror movies, and like I don't think that's how the original Exorcist.
We're giving away spoiler alerts, or it's a spoiler alert. We're giving away some spoilers to Exorcist Believer. So in case you don't want to hear it or you haven't seen it, please visit us again later.
I guess, and so, yes, so we're saying about it being a drama. So that being said, it didn't do that. It was definitely more of a Hollywood popcorn movie, which is fine on whatever end, but it doesn't feel like a natural sequel to The Exorcist, all the way. Like, it was okay, but...
No, and the thing is, too, is that they even have the mother. So this is also in the preview, right? So the mom comes back. The mom from The Exorcist comes back, and she's... apparently the demon knows her, and I guess it was a good shot. They took a good stab at it, but there just wasn't enough follow through with it, in my opinion. Hi guys, we're reviewing Exorcist Believer. Sorry, I've said it so many times right now. But we are giving away some spoilers. So in case you don't want to know them, then maybe come back to the video and we can talk about it later. But so the mom from The Exorcist does come back, and there were some jump scares with it, right? So she's like, oh, it knows me, and then the thing it starts to talk to her, the demon. But she has the whole history or whatever with her is that she studied how exorcism works in every aspect, every religion that you can possibly think of, is what she repetitively says. And then the demon starts to talk to her and she freaks the fuck out when she knows, even from the first one, that it's going to play tricks on you, right? But she starts to believe it, and the thing freaking attacks her.
And I think that one was a little more personal, because apparently it does make it sound like she has become an exorcist herself and studied a bunch of exorcisms in different cultures and whatnot, and so she's kind of helped or done it, or between then and now and whatever, but now she apparently this demon is either the same demon or not, but it starts talking to her like she knows her, and vice versa. And
but
so now,
all the demon says to her is
are you looking for Regan?
We know that you're looking for Regan.
Yeah.
Right? I know that you're looking for her. Oh, we can help you find her.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, that it was more, I don't know if it was the same, because she says, even in the trailer, we've met before or whatever, but that's what I'm saying, that it's more personal, so that's why I don't think it took...
We're giving away spoilers to Exorcist Believer, just in case you haven't seen it, or you don't want to hear spoilers, come back and visit us. But if not, please stay around and talk with us.
And so I think it was more, since it was more of a personal attack now, because now she feels more invested, that's why she couldn't handle it as well. But I don't know. That's the other thing I will say I did like. Maybe it could have gotten a little, I don't know. I liked in the original Exorcist how this demon does feel purely evil. He'll just say whatever to mess with your head, get in your head, or just be purely condescending and that type of stuff. And so I was hoping something along this lines too, that it wasn't gonna kind of back down and I guess it could have gotten a little more, but even the stuff they did, I was like, okay, I think that's. But
don't you think that they could have gone deeper with it? So they have this whole situation happening where this man has just lost his wife. And
yeah, that's true.
How come it didn't speak in her voice?
That's true.
Or be how did you let her have it? Or whatever, you know? I think that they could have just really gone with it. I mean, we don't need any masturbation with a cross or anything that. But
to
the psychological thing, I feel like it was just so muted. Oh, okay, now she has this carving on her belly that says "help me," but we could have seen it happen.
Yeah.
They could have really gone with it, you know. And again, I laugh at the most inappropriate things, right? And so these girls have this smoke coming out of their mouth from one of the people that's doing this exorcist thing. Hi. So just to let you know, we are doing some spoilers for Exorcist Believer. So in case you haven't seen it and you don't want to hear, there you go. Sign off. All right. Where was I? So then there's like smoke. They have all these exorcists. They have like 3 different denominations trying to help. 1, 2, 3, 3 or 4 or something like that. And they're kind of like, nobody can do anything. This little Mexican Catholic priest walks in and everybody's so happy. And then he's dead in an instant. Like, I thought that was so disappointing. I was like, let's see some freaking theatrics here.
Yeah.
But nothing of that happened. It was just like,
and even like the
oh, they're gonna growl. Oh, they're gonna levitate. And they couldn't levitate because they were strapped down. And then they have like no motivation to unlock them from their chairs. And they still do. I just thought it was so weak. Like, it was all of the things that we have to do. They tried to do. But they didn't have any like motivation behind it. Like, there was one scene that was like, I guess I was sort of believing, like, sort of into it. And there's like this one scene where they're all outside and they're like, we all have to do this together. Yes, I can do it. And it was just so fucking cheesy. But not even cheesy and like a good cheese. I was like, what's happening? Why are they doing this? Hi. So we are doing some spoilers for Exorcist Believer. In case you haven't seen it, then maybe, yeah. Thank you. Okay, bye. Okay.
We're gonna wrap it up a little soon.
Yeah.
And the director had mentioned about it being about choices and like, I understand that they're trying to like send a like the whole message was supposed to be about making choices and how like we're all very different and now have our different little subcultures and stuff like that, like, I don't know, politically, religious, whatever, and you kind of have to come together to kind of defeat the big bad kind of deal. And I think that was the point of the movie, but I don't think it was executed as...
Hey, Danny Nat, just so you know, we're giving some spoilers. We are doing spoilers, guys, for Exorcist Believer. So if you don't want to hear it, then
if you don't want to hear
come
spoilers,
back.
Then
come back later.
Yeah.
Oh, we're giving spoilers to Exorcist Believer. So if you don't want to hear them, maybe visit this live a little bit later.
Yeah, you can come back and watch it after we
what the hell?
Finish.
Okay, go ahead.
So again, I was saying that I think the point was to try to make
unity?
it about unity and putting our differences aside. And one did mention about I think it was
horror is hard. It's hard to do horror.
No, but even I guess the overall message to like put your differences aside when there's like a greater like common,
for the greater good
or a common goal or something, and also like
then they did it, I guess. Was
yeah,
it supposed to be like an inspirational horror movie or what the hell?
No, I don't know. I think that's a good social commentary for whatever we're doing now, like whatever's happening now. But horror movie or not, like that aside, I don't know. It just wasn't. I liked the message, but it just still wasn't executed as good as it could. Yeah, it wasn't pulled off as well as it could have. Like again, I don't have as much attachment to some of the characters. I'm kind of like, why should we? In this instance,
why should we feel bad for you?
In the movie, why should we help each other? And it makes the point in the one, I think in the trailer, that you're gonna have to choose one of us, and it really preys on that weakness that we all have, and it's kind of a slight selfishness that we have that will kind of, I don't care about you, like I want what's good for me. And yeah, that's definitely a human thing.
I don't know if it was too short, or because they could have really like picked on every single person.
Yeah, that's
right?
true too.
They could have really gotten into
get into everyone's demons or whatever.
Oh yeah,
like,
for sure.
or skeletons
but they
in
only,
the closet or
yeah,
whatever.
they only picked on like 1 or 2. It was ridiculous. And then, so this is the biggest spoiler. Should I do it? So what I was thinking this is a big one, is at the end where, so this lady's already gotten injured, right? Reagan's mom. And she's like been looking for her daughter all of this time and whatnot, and hasn't been able to find her. Oh, good, Lisette. I have already. You already saw this. So I was just gonna tell them what I was telling you guys at the theater, is that Regan ends up walking in, and I think that that would have been a perfect cliffhanger for them. They could have just been like, she could have been like, "Oh, hi, mommy." You know, and you don't know what her intentions are, if it's malintentions, like maybe the demon got into her again or something, but something fun like that. But it was just kind of like, oh, I still love you, and it was such a resolution, and I kind of don't like resolution in horror movies, I guess. Hey, oh, what did I do? And so, everybody, I'm not sure who else just joined, but just so you know, we're giving away spoilers for Exorcist Believer. Anything else you want to say?
No, well, part of the, yeah, I won't spoil this one, but there was a part that, like, that I thought was, it made me like it a little more just because it wasn't the cop-out. Like, if this happens, I thought it would be a cop-out, and if the other thing happens, it would be a cop-out, and they didn't do either of those. So I was like, okay, you stuck to your guns a little bit on one of them. Yeah. So I did like that. It was a little more went to like an extreme, but again, it definitely preyed a little on the on our weaknesses as humans or whatever. But
Roger says no spoilers.
Too late, buddy. And that's about it. I guess
okay, so Sal had heard that you should see this movie in the theater, and that the sound was incredible. And what do you think about that? Is it worth seeing in theaters?
Shit, that's a good one.
Guys, what do you think? Lisa, Roger? Should we see this?
They went to see it with us, so.
Yeah, these ones at the very end. They saw it with us.
So should we see it in
Should we
theaters?
see it in theaters, or is it a coin toss?
Lisa says I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure we've mentioned other ones that...
Honestly, I think it would be more scary if you were watching it at home.
That's true, actually.
If you're watching it in your like place of comfort, yeah, I think people can wait. Hey guys, we're giving away spoilers for, well, not even, I think we're done with the spoilers. We're wrapping up our review for Exorcist Believer. And we're trying to debate whether or not you guys should see it in the theater. It's fun. It's a Halloween movie. The scariest part to me is at the very, very beginning.
That's what it says.
It's a very like, wah! And you're like, wah! The rest of it, it's okay. It's fun because it's like Halloween time, but any other time.
Out of 10, where would you give it?
Oh, you go first.
Say about a 6.5.
Oh shoot, you're generous. I guess it was okay. Maybe a 5. Solid 5. The snake fucked Roger up. The snake. That was cool. Yeah. It was very foreshadowing. It could have been more foreshadowing. There was so much stuff that they could have done with this movie that I feel like there are just so many lost opportunities with this movie, and it kind of makes me upset. Like, maybe if they release a long version of it or something, it'll be better. But honestly, like, my true rating of what I wanted to give is probably like a 3 out of 10. It's okay. Yeah, Roger says 4 to 5. It's okay.
Maybe I am being generous. No, I don't know. Like, it could have definitely been worse.
I think your expectations were really, really low for it.
Maybe.
Mine were probably higher.
If you guys have seen Exorcist the beginning, like the one that was done like maybe 20 years ago. That one sucked because I remember that was around the time that, what was it? The 30th anniversary or something like that. And it was re-released in theaters, and I think that's when the other one came out, The Exorcist: The Beginning, and that one was a terrible movie.
I don't know, like, I just don't feel like I'll watch this movie again.
I might still watch it. I do like the continuity, and I like when, I do like better when they're doing the reboots as continued timeline, like now it is like 50 years apart or whatever the hell it is, versus where they just try to redo it all over again, where like this is Exorcist 1 and they're redoing the whole, I don't care for that anymore, at least at this stage. So I'd rather have this where you get a little bit of the throwback to the old characters and you see in their universe what they would have been like after they've aged.
That's
and
the
like,
only fun part, I
yeah,
think. But like this whole other part where these new girls are coming out, I think it was just like, ooh, we don't have enough meat in, like, with the old cast that we have to incorporate.
What would have been
like,
kind of cooler, this is going to be a spoiler, so if anyone's here, it's a spoiler, is the two girls knew each other. It's supposed to be, so if you just joined, we're doing spoilers to Exorcist believers, so if you don't want to hear them, probably can come back and listen to it after you watch it, so that there's your warning. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2. Well, I was saying that the two girls knew each other and it's supposed to be like a synchronized exorcism. It would have been, I thought, more interesting if the girls didn't know each other and then the parents don't know anything about each other. Actually, the parents didn't know anything about each other. The daughters knew each other, but it would have been cooler if like the girls didn't even know they existed or whatever. But that's my take. Anything else?
I don't even know. Like, so with the girls knowing each other, it didn't even matter. Like, they apparently go to hell, right? And they come back, and then only one demon possesses both girls. Like, I thought it was such a cop-out. Or if it does, then, like, where's the strength in it? Like, this first one, like, in the actual Exorcist, it's one demon possessing this one girl, and she just wreaks freaking havoc on everything. Like, she's so strong that she's able to just, like, twist the necks of priests and stuff, you know? And then you have these two girls that are possessed by this one, and you have this, like, I don't know, it was so weak. We're giving away spoilers to Exorcist Believer in case you haven't seen it.
But that should be it anyways.
But that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. I don't know. I was slightly disappointed. I guess I went in with the thought of, it's old, like, they know much more about, like, exorcisms now and possessions and all of this other stuff. I think the writing could have been stronger. Like, I really think that they could have done better with the like, it being so sinister, you know? Like, they could have really picked on the psychological aspects of these things. Or be it, like, oh, you didn't really see that. Did you see it? Like, making you question yourself. And this here, it was just kind of like, oh, I'm getting a cross on my head. Oh, I don't know. Like, I guess if that were to actually happen, I would freak the hell out, right?
Yeah.
But considering how much they had, it was weak to me.
Yeah. All right. We gotta go.
Bye, guys. Thanks for joining us.